Hi guys, welcome to the Mind Matters podcast, and I'm Puri.
I'm Sienna.
I'm Zenson.
And I'm Priya.
This week's episode is about ADHD, and we're going to start by defining it.
ADHD, otherwise known as Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, is characterized by an ongoing pattern of inattention and or hyperactivity impulsivity that interferes with functioning or development. And you can find this definition on our Instagram, where we posted our slides for Disorder of the Week.
This week we also filmed a skit focusing on the three main aspects of ADHD. They were about inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. This skit was posted on TikTok, and just as a quick recap, the first part of it was inattention, and it focused on how a student was really focused on doing their homework, and then she got easily distracted by her pencil case, and she basically started playing with her eraser and then forgot what she was doing, which is a common characteristic for ADHD.
Yeah, and going off of Puri's point, this skit just focuses on one sort of example on what ADHD could look like. But there's just so many more examples that aren't shown. I just want to bring more light to these examples every week. So
yeah, and then in our second skit that I did, we focused on hyperactivity, which means doing something else to let out pent-up energy without losing focus of the first task. So in my skit, it was a person on the phone, and she sees a paper and pencil, and while she almost tries to multitask, where she sees she's on the phone still, and she finds the piece of paper and starts drawing. So it shows she's doing something else to let out her energies, but she's not losing focus.
So the third and last skit that we covered is for impulsivity, and Zenson and I worked on it together.
Yes, and impulsivity kind of refers to not really thinking before you act, or saying yes to things you wouldn't usually do. And in our skit, it features two classmates and a teacher, where the classmate that I'm playing calls out without thinking, and it just shows to some of the struggles that people with ADHD have, because these actions are oftentimes uncontrollable and just come naturally to them, which they can't stop. So,
and that's represented when at the last slide, Senson's he's looking down upset, and he's contemplating his decisions because he had no control over his action.
Yep. And the whole point of the skit was to just clear up some misconceptions that people on the media have, which I see so many, not even just on social media, but on various platforms where people are claiming they have quote-unquote ADHD, but they don't understand the struggles that people with ADHD actually have to face every single day.
Yeah, ADHD, it's a chronic condition, and it often, begins to, affect people in their childhood and can ultimately persist into their adulthood. It can also contribute to, low self-esteem, troubled relationships, and, difficulty at school or work.
Yes, and that form of low self-esteem could come from just not being properly represented in the media, or just not being understood as people.
Another misconception is the causes of ADHD. So ADHD is heavily linked to genetics, but some people believe that it can be caused by eating too much sugar, watching too much TV, parenting, or other social and environmental factors like poverty, but there's no research to support it. So this is just a misconception with no backed up proof or evidence.
Oh yeah, so going off of what Sienna said, scientists right now are currently researching some other causes of ADHD, which could include brain injury or alcohol and tobacco use during pregnancy and low birth weight.
Yeah, like Zenson said, these are just a few more causes that scientists are looking into, but they're not proven yet. So as of right now, ADHD is only linked to genetics.
Yeah, and as well, another important point is looking out for symptoms. It may be normal for children to have trouble focusing behavior at one time. However, children with ADHD do not just grow out of these behaviors. a child with ADHD might, for example, like daydream a lot, forget or lose things, squirm or fidget, talk too much, and sometimes even having like difficulty getting along with others, which can relate to like the loneliness aspect of it.
And so now that we know the symptoms, we should talk about some of the treatments. So does anyone want to talk about the treatments?
Oh, yeah, I will. So basically, even though ADHD cannot be cured, there are several ways that scientists have found to make it like more manageable. So a few examples are healthy eating habits, physical activity, limiting your daily screen time, and getting the recommended amount of sleep, which also brings me to my self-care stories that I've been making this week. And one of the tips has been to just like take breaks and that's like an upcoming one. Sorry, I made tomorrow's in advance. But I just think that it's so important that we, I don't know, just like be aware of the world around us.
And the self-care stories that Jensen was talking about, they can be found on our Instagram, and we're posting one a day. And Jensen's in charge of that, so he can give you a quick overview of it if he wants.
Yeah, so this is a series that I started around about like the end of last week. I remember talking about it on last week's podcast where it just started. But this week I've added a lot of new entries, and I think I found it super fun making these because they're just like simple, and these are like really important tips that I just hope you guys look forward to.
Yeah, I agree, because like self-care is really important because it helps promote better mental health and provides opportunities to, relax, recharge, and like engage ultimately in like activities that bring you happiness.
Yeah, engaging in self-care is really important for not just your mental health, but all your other types of health too. So it's just really beneficial for everything. So I think we're about done with our quick overview on ADHD, but we're going to talk about what we did this week as a recap. So
yeah, and on Monday we posted our ADHD slides on Instagram.
Yes, you can find them on Instagram, and on TikTok we posted the protective factor on one of our protective factors specifically on how to build a strong support group and system, and support systems are a system of people you can reliably trust. And my support system is you guys. I love you guys.
Aw, thank you.
We love you too, Jensen.
Okay, and anyway, for our support groups are more professional, where people have like a safe space to talk about their fears, struggles, or worries regularly. And this is typically like your therapist or like just like any place where you can openly talk about your how you're feeling and your emotions, which is so important.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody needs a support group. It doesn't matter if you have like a bunch of friends. Like, it overall like helps improve not only your health but your well-being as well, and it can help you like get through your life if you ever need somebody to connect with. And yeah.
Yep. And so moving on to Tuesday.
Yeah, on Tuesday we posted a TikTok about delayed openings because we had juniors in our school who had to take testing, so the rest of the grades came in around 2 hours later, which was great because a lot of people got extra sleep. So we interviewed around 3 or 4 students about their experience and how they liked it.
And also on Tuesday and on Monday, actually every day this week, I posted self-care stories, which you guys already probably know about by now. But for Tuesday specifically, mine was make sure you get your sleep, because getting sleep is just like the first thing we do every day is waking up, and waking up like well translates to a better day overall. And there's been studies on that, and just it's an amazing tip that I would like put pretty high on my like top tips. So I just hope you guys enjoyed that.
So on Wednesday we just posted the self-care story, but on Thursday we posted the quote of the week and also the affirmations of the week, and the skit that we also covered was posted on TikTok. So that was a quick overview of what we did this week. There's a lot more we have planned for next week and the weeks after that. I think that's about it for the podcast. Does anyone have anything to say?
Yeah, so guys, just make sure you stay tuned.
And just like on a last note, we want to say we love you guys. Thank you so much for following, liking, and we just hope you can continue to spread information about mental health going forward. So let's say bye, guys.
Bye.
3, 2, 1, bye.
Bye.